I was at a visitation last week for Ken, my dad's best friend, a man who had been part of a golf group with my dad and several other guys for 16 years. These guys play 3 times a week, rain or shine, week after week, year after year. And during the visitation, there were some people sharing some things, and I witnessed something that just really struck me. And I see such an important leadership message in it. One of the men in the golf group, a guy named Joe, went up to the front to address the group. Joe has known Ken since they were 8 years old. 8, that's a lifetime of showing up for another person. And Joe began to speak, and immediately his voice cracked. He was visibly emotional. Standing at the front of the room, carrying decades of love and loss and friendship all at once. Vulnerable in a way that most of us spend a lot of energy avoiding. But right in the middle of that vulnerable moment, something magical happened. 3 of the other guys from the golf group, including my dad, got up from their seats and walked to the front of the room and stood with Joe. They didn't look away. They didn't shift uncomfortably in their chairs. They didn't wait for the moment to pass. They moved toward it and they shared in the moment with him. These men in their 80s, each one of them ended up sharing a bit. And we also heard some of their voices crack as they laughed through the tears and shared funny stories about Ken, connecting from a place so deep and so real. The whole room felt it. I looked around and lots of people were drying the tears running down their cheeks. And as I sat there watching that and noticing how everyone was leaning in, I felt this sense of like, this is what we are all longing for. Like this right here. Men in their 80s modeling something that our culture has spent decades telling men not to do. Show up emotionally, feel, let your voice crack. Stand in front of a room and let people see you cry. And like watching those guys walk up to stand with Joe, they didn't say a word when they did it. They didn't need to. Their presence said everything. It said, Joe, you're not alone in this. We are with you. We are feeling this. We move toward this hard thing together. And that is leadership. That is connection. That's what it looks like when human beings give each other permission to be fully human. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm having a hard time getting through this one. And I'm tempted to go back and re-record it, but I'm not going to because I want you to feel what I felt in that moment. Because here's the thing I keep coming back to as a leader. How often we move away from vulnerability instead of toward it in ourselves and in others. I mean, I'm feeling the tension right now. Someone's voice cracks and we quickly want to move on. Someone shares something hard and we pivot to solutions. Someone shows emotions and we quietly pretend we didn't notice because we don't know what to do with that. Because we've been taught that professionalism means keeping it all together. But those guys did not keep it together in that tough moment. They came together. And that's the difference. The most powerful thing you can do when someone is expressing how they're feeling, when they're showing some vulnerability in a visitation, in a meeting, in a hallway conversation, is move toward it. Not fix it, not management. Just move toward it. Be present. Let them know that they are not standing alone. That is the whole thing. That's the leadership lesson from a group of men in their 80s on a Monday afternoon. So here is your reflection for today. When someone around you is vulnerable, when their voice cracks, when they show what something really costs them, what do? Do you move away or do you move toward it? And what would it mean for the people around you if you became someone who always moved toward it? We need more of that in our workplaces, in our families, in our lives. Those guys, that golf group showed us how to do it. What a great way to take care of yourself and ultimately each other.